Up here, right under the neck. And be sure and don't go too deep or you'll cut into your internal organs. And then you go all the way down. Okay, after that, you're gonna have to make incisions to the sides so that you can open it up. May have to go through ribs, some of the ribs, so that you can pull it open. It's diaphragm I'm cutting through there. Y'all should have got it out of the sack. Whole sack hanging on there. Alrighty, and you can also, under the ribs, this will help too with the abdominal cavity. You can go ahead and make an incision over the side like that. Pull it open. I have to cut a little bit through the diaphragm again right there. Okay, I'll just use this as my probe. This is the thoracic cavity right here, and I got just a little bit of the trachea. Now, the larynx, you can feel the larynx right up in there. That's the voice box, and it'll be right at the top of the trachea. So there's your trachea. It has C-shaped cartilages in it. You kind of make an incision there and pull it up. And behind the trachea is the esophagus right there. And of course the pharynx is at the back, it's the throat. So the food will go from the pharynx into the esophagus and on down into the stomach. So this is the thoracic cavity. There's the heart in the center with the pericardial sac. See, it's in the pericardial sac, and you cut through it to get your parts of the heart there. And you have the right atrium. On this side, the right atrium, the right ventricle. And then on this side, you have the left atrium and the left ventricle. This is the apex of the heart right here. Here's the lungs on each side. And of course, the cavity of the heart's in the mediastinum. That's what we call it. There's the diaphragm. Okay, we come on down here to the liver. This is the liver, and if you pull it up, you'll see the little gallbladder. There it is. On the underside of the liver. Okay, then this connective tissue here that is all on the intestines is the greater omentum. And it's attached to the greater curvature of the stomach. So this is the stomach. It has the greater omentum attached to its greater curvature. The lesser omentum is this part right up here attached to the lesser curvature of the stomach. This is the spleen. See how large it is? Now, let's pull this up. And inferior to the stomach, you have the pancreas. That's the pancreas right there. It's a lot more visible in the cat than it was the pig, right? So there's the pancreas. Glandular tissue, yeah. Now, attached to the stomach is the first part of the small intestine. That's going to be the duodenum. Then it has a jejunum and an ileum. And the ileum is going to be right here. It attaches to the colon. So that's the cecum of the colon. And then this is part of the colon down through here as well. Okay, you can just move that greater omentum out of the way.
What's pink?
This is where it's been injected with latex, and some of the latex has gone into the kidney. So that's a kidney.
What do you mean latex?
Latex, we use pink to inject into the arteries, and blue latex is injected into the veins so that they'll show up different colors. Let's see if the kidney on this side's a little better. This was somebody's pet, because see all the fat around the kidney? And the same with us. We'll have all this fat around our kidneys and our heart.
If you was eating good?
If you've been eating good, right. That's right. Had plenty of pie and cake. Okay, this is the kidney then. It's bean-shaped, as you can see here. And the ureter is this little duct. There it is. And it goes to the back side of the urinary bladder. This is the urinary bladder right here. So it's going to have a ureter. Right there's the ureter on this side, I think. Or is that no. That is the horns of the uterus. This is a female. So that's part of her reproductive tract. Okay, let's look here. There's the ureter right there. I'll lift it up a little bit for you. So the ureter carries urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder back here. So you got a ureter here and you got a ureter here, and then if you lift up the urinary bladder, this is the urethra that empties urine out to the outside. And of course, as I said, this is a female cat. So this is one of the horns of the uterus, and here is the ovary. Her ovaries right up here, and the little tiny tubes on the surface of the ovary are the fallopian tubes. We call them fallopian or uterine tubes. They're also called uterine tubes. So here's another horn of the uterus with the the ovary at the ending here, and that's where the little kittens develops in the horns of the uterus. And the horns of the uterus join together, as you can see right here, to form the uterus itself. And the uterus goes on into the vagina. And when we look at the reproductive system, we'll dissect through on into the vagina. The outside vaginal papilla is going to be the opening outside. So that's basically the internal organs. Pretty easy.